Having some problems today with the stream. Everything okay on your end? It seems to be buffering. A delay. I think it's the YouTube channel. Hello? Any problems? And no, it's still happening. It's the YouTube channel is what it is. Give it a chance to warm up a little bit. If not, then I'm just going to have to shut it off. There seems to be a buffering. I can't teach like that. Can you hear me playing? we'll continue with the lesson, then we'll start the lesson. I don't know if you have the PDFs, but you do have the stick control book. Big Blue Anna. What's your first name again? It's hard for me to pronounce that. I apologize. Hold on. Ed, you have the stick control book in front of you. We're working from the stick control book. We're taking the lines, we're swinging the lines, and we're going to do substitutions with the bass drum and the snare drum against the jazz pattern. Now, do you remember when I explained how to play that jazz pattern straight ahead? I'm not playing freely, openly, or whatever. I'm playing a straight ahead formation with the ride cymbal with the right hand. I'm trying to make all 4 strokes sound equal, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like just chord notes. So I have a consistent sound. And I'm counting in triplets. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1. Sorry. This stuff drives me crazy. Can you hear me now? Brandon, can you hear me now? Hello? All right. I didn't clip the mic on. I get so distracted when something happens incorrectly. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn off the broadcast. And in 2 or 3 minutes, I'm going to rebroadcast again. This way, because this is being filmed. All right, stay where you are. All right, I'm going to stop broadcasting. Maybe 2 or 3 minutes from now, I will rebroadcast so the stream is filmed from being better. Okay, guys, don't go nowhere. And Brandon, are you on my email list? Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back in 2 minutes. All right, anyway, Brandon, my email, let me give you my email. Email me. I'll add you to my mailing list, and I'll send you the PDFs and all the updates for the sites. I have 2 sites, this YouTube site and my site. Here's my email. Okay, that's my email. Shoot me an email. Nah, what's going on now? Shoot me an email, and I'll add you, and I'll send you some PDFs. You, Ed and Brandon, you were not here Monday. What we're doing is we're working from the stick control book. And I'm explaining the difference between straight up and down and swung. And I'm explaining the right hand cymbal pattern, straight ahead. And what I'm doing after that is I'm doing a substitution. All R's become the bass drum, all L's become the snare drum against the jazz pattern with the right hand, and the left foot, okay, and the left foot was 2 and 4, heel and toe. But for Brandon's purpose, all right, let's start like sort of like a revisit 1 through 5, okay? Now, Brandon, do you know the difference between straight up and down and swung? All right, I'm gonna explain line 1 as straight, as written from the book. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, now what I do from there, I want to swing the line. So I revert to, I change the counting system. Instead of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, I'm counting eighth note triplets. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's the way I count triplets. If you count triplets, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, that's okay. It don't work for me. I dislike that counting system. So I revert to 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, when I do that, when I play the line swung, I'm only playing the first and third note of the triplet. That's the 1, the downbeat, and the duh of the triplet. So if I did the first downbeat, which is right left, it would become 1 and duh. Notice that instead of 1 and, it was 1 and duh. Kind of opened up the space somewhat, so it swings. So if I did line 1 swung, it would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Do we all explain that? I mean, understand that rather, excuse me. The next move, I take all what I just did on the snare and I substitute the rights for the bass drum. So now I'm playing between my bass drum and my left hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then I play the jazz pattern, which, like I was trying to explain before, it's 4 quarter notes that are consistent in sound. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And notice when I'm playing the ride cymbal, it's coming down from one spot. I'm not trying to show off or be Mr. Jazzette or Mr. Jazzman. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. At this point, when I'm using the level system, it's all free stroke, free stroke, free stroke, 4. Then free stroke, down, of free stroke, down. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I added the left foot. It's important to play that left foot. Heel, toe, heel, toe. Heels on 1, toes on 2, heels on 3, toes on 4. No squashing method. You're not wrong if you do that. But this makes a better feel and a better sound. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now line 1, all R's are the bass drum, all L's are the snare drum. Okay, line 2, L on the snare, R on the bass. Line 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Against the jazz pattern, line 2. Now notice, I mean, my bass drum's a little loud right now because, you know, for broadcasting reasons. But anyway, I try to blend in my ride cymbal, my snare, my hi-hat, and my bass drum. Here's line 2 again. I'm going to try to blend it in. 1, 2, 3. Line 2. My voices are part of my instrument that I try to make, and when I put them all together, I try to make it as musical as possible. All right, let's go to line 3, stick control book, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and swung, 1 and 2 and 3. Substitution, all R's become the bass drum, all L's become the snare drum. 1 and 2. Against the jazz pattern, left foot. Here you go. 1, line 3. Okay, if you're really interested in learning a lot of the variations, what I'm showing you right now, you can do from the syncopation book, or if you want to get really involved, you know, there's 2 other books that I work from, which is the Jim Chapin book, which Advanced Techniques for the Modern Drummer, and the Gary Chaffee books, Patterns. That's time functions. He has a lot of different things going on in there. Great books. Okay, let's go to line 4. Line 4, you have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and swung, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, substitution, 1 and 2 and 3. Against the jazz pattern, it's important you get that free stroke down or free stroke in there. Line 3. Okay, line 5. Mr. Paradiddle. I call it an alternating paradiddle, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, which is straight up and down, 1 and 2 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and swung, 1 and 2 and 3. Against the jazz pattern. Remember, free stroke down. I'm not thinking of any melody, it's just all technique. Line 5, all R's become the bass drum, all L's are the snare. Before I go on to line 6, is there any questions at this point? Anything you would like me to go over, slow down? Talk to me, gentlemen. Mr. Brandon, Mr. Ed. Any questions? Yes or no? Before I go to line 6. I need some response. Yes for some questions and for okay, keep going. Yeah, the stick control book, I'm working at the stick control book, page 5, 6, and 7. Right now, I'm on page 5. I just completed line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm doing the substitution. All R's become the bass drum, all L's become the snare drum. Swung. Now, Brandon, do you know the difference, I'm asking, between straight up and down and swung? It's a simple response, yes or no. If not, I'll re-explain it. No problem. If not, I'll go to line 6. Now, like I just explained, the additional, you understand it. The additional books that I do work from is the syncopation book. There's a ton of different things we do from there. I also have a ton of PDFs with this kind of technique. I also work from the Jim Chapin Advanced Techniques for the Modern Drummer, which is a very good book. You're studying with my friend Daniel. Daniel's a really nice guy, good drummer, great spirit. He's been here, he did a few shows for me. So when you talk to Daniel, tell Daniel I said hello. He's been a very busy person. The other two books, I said the Syncopation, the Stick Control book, Jim Chapin's Advanced Techniques for the Modern Drummer, and the one book that has really helped me there's a series of books by Gary Chaffee called Patterns. The one I like working in the most, because instead of the hands or the linear concepts or whatever, is time functions, where he does definitely break down the triplet and show a variety of variations. And he does explain the difference between straight ahead and open time. Okay, now let's go to line 6. Now, it's not that it's going to get difficult, it's kind of unusual. The placement of the sticking patterns are not starting on the downbeat this time, all right? Well, they are, but the varieties, the completion of the sticking patterns will start perhaps on the and of 1 or whatever. I don't really want to get into that. But anyway, line 6 of the stick control book. You have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 3 and 4 and. Okay, so let's swing that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Hold on a second. Oh. Line 6. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That was swung. Then. Line 6. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1. Again, line 6. That's a little awkward for me right at the moment. I'm not loose, I can't see the line. We're going to go to line 7. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4. Swung, 1 and 2. 3, the 4 again. 1 and 2 and 3 and the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Against the time. Line number 7. Line 7 again. 1, 2. Man, I gotta put my glasses, I gotta clean my glasses. Line 7. There you go. One, 2, 3, 4. Again. Again. Okay, we're going to go to line 8. straight up and down. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, swung. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 3. Against the jazz time. Heel and top. There you go. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. All right, line 9. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 3 and swan. 1. Against the jazz pattern. Line 9. All right, 1, 2, here we go, line 9. Straight up and down. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Swung. 1 and 2. Line 11, 10 rather. Line 11, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and swung. Line 11, 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, bang. 3, 4, 1. Against the jazz pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. 11. I'm going to stop at 11. I have the PDFs up to 12. So, hold on. Brandon, if you would like, what's going on with this? Bunga. Brandon, if you will like the PDFs on this, I'll send them to you. I am, are you left-handed, by the way, Brandon? Oh. Man, there is such a delay. Okay. I really enjoy Daniel Glass myself. And I really want to invite him again. He's done 4 shows here. But the only hassle with him, I got to change my drum set and heads and all that stuff all around for a left-handed drummer. But it's well worth it. Daniel's a really knowledgeable young man, really good drummer. Okay, so tonight, if you are not doing anything and you want to come and visit my site is open for the whole month of May at 8:30 p.m. Do you have the address, Brandon? That's my site. And all you have to do is, you don't have to sign in because it's free. And hit on live lessons, and at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be giving another lesson with the stick control book and the syncopation book as linear and substitutions and fill-ins and against the jazz time. So at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do Mondays and Wednesdays at 8:30 on my site. I've been trying to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday on YouTube, but tonight's going to be the last lesson until Monday. So if you want to stop by, check it out, fine. And if you do, sign the guest book. Hey, Ed, you still there? And Brandon, are you left-handed? Okay, with all that being said, I'm going to shut down. I hope I've helped you in some little way. You're left-handed, Brandon? I mean, Ed, you're left-handed? How about you, Brandon? Don't forget, come to my site. And Brandon, if you'd like, uh, get on my email list. All right, guys, have a good day.